But do you think you have at least 41 votes between you?
I think there are a number of on the fence that would give us 41. A lot depends on how many Americans contact their congressmen or senators and express the anger that I've heard.
Just to clarify real quick, this alternative that is being worked on, so this would require the companies to restructure through Chapter 11, and then what? I mean, would they be
I haven't seen the details of this plan, but I think it's a lot of people have made it clear. It doesn't make any sense to get a loan and then say, hey, will you please restructure? It probably makes, you file your Chapter 11, that gives you a whole lot of legal options you don't have, and then it's not managed politically. It's managed like a legal business situation, and that's what we want right now, because if the federal government manages it, the federal government is controlled as much by unions as the oil companies are. We're not going to go anywhere. And so,
you are no longer something. Well, it is a fluid term, but I mean, you seem to be shying away from using that word to describe it.
We're not going to give them consent to have a vote without debate. They'll call that filibuster.
How much debate? What do you think there could be?
This is a normal time. You have a motion to proceed. You have, I think, 30 hours after that. Then you have a cloture motion in 30 hours.
We laid it out this morning as a Friday morning vote and a Saturday vote.
Yeah. And my colleagues want to have debate. I'll support them. So.
If a person along the White House, the president.
Down here.
Oh, down here. No, Ed just wanted me to do an interview, I guess, with you.
Yeah, I'm Carter Cruz from the Americans for Limited Government. Three quick questions. One is, a lot of people see this, many people see this as a payoff to the unions for the support of the Democratic Party, the bailout, the payoff to the UAW. What do you see the impact of that? Do you agree with that? Do you see the impact of that?
I do agree with it, and I think you'll see a lot of things here that union agenda, such as eliminating secret ballot and other things. But the primary driver behind this is unions, because bankruptcy allows the auto companies to basically restructure all their contracts in a way that a bankruptcy judge says will make them sustainable. And if they do that, then essentially the unions lose all their leverage, and it's the unions that have brought them to the brink. So I think definitely the reason they want a political solution and a car czar is a car czar can protect the unions through this whole process at the expense of the taxpayer.
There are growing fears, thank you very much. There are growing fears that all these bailouts and this new round of spending is going to drive up inflation in the first quarter of next year.
There is no question this will result in inflation. The amount of money we borrowed, the amount of money we printed, has put us in a more dangerous situation than I think we've ever been in as a country. You may not see the inflation as long as the economy is slow. But I've talked to some economic experts. Once the economy starts picking up, with so much money in the money supply, so much debt, you're likely to see very high inflation rates and very high interest rates.
Do you think we're looking at double-digit inflation?
I think it's inevitable on some time schedule. We can't have this much debt and this much projected spending. If you look at where we're going, we are not on a sustainable course as a country. Frankly, GM is in a better financial situation than we are as a country. And the only difference is we can print money. But as other countries around the world lose confidence in the value of the dollar, that's going to come home very shortly. And so I just think we need to recognize that the trillions and trillions of borrowed and committed money is going to completely debase our currency and undermine our whole economy. And this Chicken Little mentality up here, all they have to do is create a panic and they can pass something, has got to stop. And it's got to stop with this auto bailout.
Where do you think the bailout mania is going to end?
We're going to have riots. There are already people rioting because they're losing their job and somebody else has been bailed out. The unfairness of it becomes more and more evident as we go along, because the auto companies may be hurting, but there are very few companies that aren't hurting now, and they're going to hurt. We don't have enough money to bail everyone out. And so picking winners and losers, I think people are going to protest. They're already angry. If they could get their hands on Congress now, they could